So as long as it's.
Good evening, members. It's now 5:30, and I'm going to call this notice of public hearing and special call meeting for the San Juan Economic Development Corporation to order. Today is Wednesday, March the 28th, 2018. I now call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is our roll call. I'll start with my right.
Yes, Ben Acona, interim EDC director.
Pedro Contreras, board member. Lane Sanchez, board member.
Israel Garza, treasurer.
Gilbert Vasquez, attorney.
Arturo Guajardo, president.
Neto Guajardo, commissioner. Board member.
Neto Guajardo's here also. Next item on the agenda is number 2, public hearing. The purpose of the public hearing is to receive public comments on the proposed San Juan Economic Development Corporation 4B project during the 2017-2018 fiscal year for infrastructure assistance, site and related improvements necessary to promote or develop new or expanded business enterprises for the RG project. The amount of funds proposed to be expended is estimated to be $40,000, and the exact amount of funds to be expended for the project and its purpose is subject to modification by the San Juan EDC Board of Directors.
Mr. President, if you could just say this public hearing is open now at this time.
This public meeting is now open at this time. It is 5:30. So the first thing on this item is public comments in regard to the proposed San Juan Economic Development 4B project being called RG project. Is there anyone here to make public comments? Anybody here? I'll announce it again. Anybody here for public comments? No one here for public comments? Then we will move on.
You can close the meeting.
We will now close this meeting. I'll call for an adjournment of this public hearing.
So moved.
Is that a motion to adjourn? Motion, I need a second.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. This meeting, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. This public hearing is now adjourned. So there wasn't an agenda item here.
Yeah.
We'll just go on with the agenda item.
Yes, this is an item to actually approve the item now.
Okay,
This is-
continuing with, so it was just a public hearing?
Yeah, that's a requirement from the statute.
Gotcha. Continuing with the meeting, the only item on the agenda is discuss and possible action, if any, on the proposed RG project to provide infrastructure assistance, site and related improvements necessary to promote or develop new or expanded business enterprises for the RG project. The amount of funds proposed to be expended is $40,000, and the proposed purpose of the expenditures includes payment of costs related to said project. Although the exact amount of the funds to be expended for the RG project and its purpose is subject to modification by the San Juan EDC Board of Directors. What are the wishes of the board?
What is the recommendation of our?
You know, as I was discussing with the city attorney earlier, EDC attorney, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can either do it half now, half at the end of the project, or you can do it all in installments. It's all up to the wish of the board, actually.
How much do we have in our budget for this type of project?
For this particular project, we allocated $40,000 for this particular project.
Does anybody have a problem if we give him $20,000 now and approve it and then wait until he opens up the business and it's up and running and making sure that he meets the criteria that we had talked about, the people that work for him? Because I'm more sure he has to have certain percentage of the citizens of one employee or employees that belong to the city of San Juan, right? That's the way it works?
No, not with a performance agreement. You're talking more of a Chapter 380.
That's chapter 3.
But you can put the requirements you would like. But what you can do today, and Ben and I, Mr. Acona and I did not get to finish talking about this project. And for the board members that are new, the RG project is the Rancho Grande project. Today, what you can do is just approve the project if that's the desire of this board. And then after that, I'm going to have to bring you a performance agreement so that you all can dictate what requirements they're going to have to do in order to obtain the money. Do you want to put in employees? One of the things that we have to put on there, if there's a default, what's going to happen? That's required by statute. That's pretty much the only thing. And the number of jobs that they're going to create. Okay, and you can also ask them to hire a certain amount of people from the city of San Juan if you would like. But pretty much the only thing we really have to have in there is the default. What's going to happen?
Will Mr. Acosta have a copy of deal because he would have to know what the requirements are?
Yes. Now, of course, we would negotiate the contract, then it would come back to this board for approval. Okay, and of course he'd be part of that negotiations. but it ultimately be up to you all. Now, right now, we have put in the paper, I believe it was posted last week, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so we cannot fund this project until 60 days have elapsed since the posting in the newspaper. So we have 60 days, that's when the clock starts ticking. This is just for you all to approve the project, part of the requirements of the statute, and then we will come back with that performance agreement that says we will give you the $20,000 at this date. Once you present receipts or however y'all would like to do it, you can do it any way you would like. And then, and it'll all be written down. And this is how you'll get the check from us.
So at this time, you're saying all we need to do is take action to approve the project, not necessarily,
A contract.
just discuss
Contract,
the
no.
dollar amount.
No, you
That
don't
we're
have,
gonna award.
no, you don't have to do it. It's up to
Just
40,000. That's what you have the
Just
authority to do.
up to
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I think all of us agreed to many times is to have clear communication with these people, business people, right? Unfortunately, there has not been clear communication. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm surprised Mr. Acosta's not here. You know, that's part of keeping the clear communication. Has anybody, is he informed of?
I've talked to Ms. Acosta today.
Okay.
I talked to Mr. Acosta today. She asked, do I have to do anything? Is there anything you want me to do? And I said, no, you don't have to go to the meeting. It's up to you. At this point, because of the history, I didn't want to aggravate them, the situation anymore. So I said, look, we're already taking care of it. We've already put it in the paper, and we're going to have a meeting today.
This is what I mean, Mr. Ronaldo, more than anything, more President, is no surprises. Like, right now, I understood the same thing Mr. Gatsa had in mind was, let's give him, maybe cut him a check as soon as possible, and then we move on.
Yeah.
But it's news to me that there's a 30-day waiting period.
60
I'm sorry, 60-day. So that's what I'm referring to more than anything, is let's not surprise these people saying, hey, your item is on the agenda. They're making the assumption that they're going to get a check, right? Yeah. So that's why, again, I'm a little surprised they're not here, but now I know why. So what I would ask either from Mr. Vasquez or Mr. Arjona is please have good, clear communication where what is discussed here is not going to surprise them later, because I would be stunned if I know the item that I've been waiting on for 40,000 is on the agenda. Believe me, I'm gonna expect 40,000 sooner than later. And then come to find out, hey, you got 60
more days to go.
I'm not trying to make this difficult. I'm just wanting to clear things up this way.
No, I've talked to them, and I did express this a while back, that it's going to be 60 days from the day of posting the newspaper. So today, Ms. Acosta called me, and she said, okay, so when was it posted? I said, last week. She said, okay. So they have an idea of the date, of the number of days. They do know that, but I'll go ahead and call her after this meeting. I just want to make sure everything was both clear. I wasn't sure it would be tabled or not, so I just wanted to wait till the meeting.
Another request I have, Mr. President, is make sure they understand that the option is still on the table in reference to like what Mr. Gossett just proposed. It could be 20, it could be less, it could be more, it could be all of it. Make sure they understand to you all and not hearsay later elsewhere, hey, they're cheating you out of.
Or the board can decide today to do it 40 and put that away,
I'm for it. I mean,
That's what we decided last time.
I make a motion that we go ahead and proceed with what.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Vasquez, okay, we know that we have a job that we have to do, and it's 40,000, we already know that. Like, Mr. Garza was saying that, okay, he wanted to make a motion for 20,000. Is there gonna be something, okay, for 20,000, we're just gonna give him like that, or he has to apply, what the 20,000 is gonna be for, and then later on, they say, like he was saying, an average of the employees, 1/3 of the employees could be from our city, and then the rest of them, doesn't have to be the other 20,000. We can give them like 10,000 for the parking lot lights or something like that, or we can do that, right? And actually, doesn't have to be the 20,000 at least we approve it, right?
I think what we can do is approve the 40,000. That doesn't mean we have to give them the 40,000.
Let me just, I guess, refresh all of our mind here a little bit. Commissioner, the 40,000, I believe, was already approved.
Yes.
And that's why it's been there. Now, what Mr. Garza is referring to is an executive session a while back, where there was some discussion in how this money was going to, and what phases. But Are you proposing
I-
that?
I think I was
He
here.
applies again?
No, I thought we were here when, you guys were discussing, I was here, I was just listening to that. And yes, but, like he's saying, he wants to give him 20,000 right on the bat. Just remember, we understand that 20,000, but the other 20,000, are we gonna give him like, for the parking lot, fixing, remember, we're gonna divide it, we're not gonna give him the whole 20,000 like that, right, are we?
Normally, the way it works today, we're only approving the project.
Yes.
That's all you have to do today. The next meeting, we'll come back with the contract after we've talked about it and what is best for the EDC and what is best for the.
And we can break it down.
You can break it down. You
Got
can
it.
say, I need all the receipts. In order for me to give you up to 20,000, I need the receipts or an estimate of how much it's gonna cost, and then I'll give you the check. Okay?
Okay.
Or we can even issue the check directly to the vendor, you know, however you would like to do it, you know. But that's how you can do it. And you can break it down. You can break it down like that, however you all decide.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, not surprising.
And this 40,000 is 40,000 or is it up to 40,000
We approved 40,000,
40,000.
but
for the project?
it's up to 40, we don't have to give them the 40,000 in a lump sum. My suggestion is, we can.
Their expectation has always been 40,000.
Yeah, because
We're surprising them now, and we're saying up to 40, and if we do this number,
Yeah,
it'll
right.
surprise them
That's
even
what
more.
that's what I'm
This
asking.
is gonna break the
Is it 40,000 or is it
relationship.
up to 40,000? Because there's 40,000 is big.
40,000,
Make it clear that it's
40,000.
gonna be 40,000.
Yeah.
Versus up to, because up to could be 35, 30, 25.
Yeah.
We can start
Right.
off with 20 and
Okay, I
then.
just want to clarify that it's
Yeah.
not up to
No,
this
it's
40,000.
40,000.
It's 40.
Yes, I know, and I'm just.
Congratulations.
And for the record,
That's what I saw you earlier at
Cynthia Gutierrez is now joined the meeting with us. Got another member attending the meeting. And we'll continue our discussion.
Now, the language also on our public notice and on our agenda, it says it could be it could be $40,000 and we don't know the exact amount. Because that leaves you room if it has to increase for whatever reason. So we do that for projects, like for Lexus, Mercedes, we've done that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would like to express, just so we can put this behind us, because it's been a back and forth,
Right.
Whatever the simplest way this can get done, less complicated, less confusing, less misunderstanding, I'm for that.
Okay? I'll entertain a motion, however you want
I
to
make a motion that
clarify.
we go ahead and pursue it with the recommendations of our attorney,
Which are?
which are the proposal that we have for the 40,000, and go ahead and start all the proceedings to Mr. Acosta, so,
We're gonna require them to present a contract to us, right? And then we're gonna fill the gaps with the money?
I'll do that. The only thing I would need is a motion to approve the RG project today.
make a motion to approve the RG.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the RG project. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then,
I got a motion to adjourn this hearing.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.